Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Dwayne,
I'm Tom.
and this is
Our recovery life.
Shoutouts. Thank you guys so much for all of the shares, likes, subscriptions.
Yeah.
That's been really, really awesome. Tonight's topic.
Tonight's topic is gratitude.
Gratitude.
The attitude of gratitude.
How do you, is that something you just wake up one day and, you stop using and...
Yeah. No, it takes a little work. That kind of depends on how you got into recovery.
Yeah.
For me, it was pretty easy at the beginning because I had lost everything. I had my car, luckily, and a buddy let me crash in his basement, and that's where I started over. So
Ground
I was
zero.
I was just grateful that I had a place to stay. I was grateful that I had a car. I couldn't afford to put gas in it at first, but I worked on that. I was grateful that I got a job, and I wasn't making very much money, but I had a job.
Yeah,
and I was just grateful for all the people that I met, all the people in my support group. I was just super grateful for everything, and that that held up for quite a long time. So how did that start for you, the grateful thing?
I agree with you. The ground zero was so starting from nothing. Like, I didn't even have the car. I had nothing. All the little things. Walking out of prison, I remember I wanted a steak. Like, man, if I could just have a steak, today I just go throw it on the grill, and but all the little things, and I kind of keep that in the forefront of my mind. All the little things that I was grateful for, starting out with a box of someone else's clothes, and a bunch of clothes that don't fit me anymore. I'll never be size 20 again. So
Size what?
Yeah, I would know. It's some very, very skinny jeans, so I'll never fit into those. But that's good. But it's the little things. In the beginning, I had nothing. So anything other than the misery that was the last day of use I was super grateful for, and so it's all about the little things for sure. How about you? So after that pink cloud goes away, or that recovery high that we talk about,
right?
How do you keep that? Because eventually that goes away, right?
Yeah, it seems to want to wear off. You get to a point where, we're addicts. We always want more.
Yeah,
and
I just want more.
Yeah, once you get stable, where it's like you're gonna eat, and you know that you're gonna pay your bills, and eventually you're like, well, but I don't have a new car. But I can't go on vacation, every other weekend. But I can't, when you start to think about the things that you don't have, instead of being grateful for the things that you do have.
Like comparing.
Yeah, and that causes all kinds of problems, because, when you're not grateful and you want more and you can't get it, then that, causes you to feel like you're not enough.
Yeah.
And when you're not enough, then you don't feel good about yourself, and then we know how we cover that up. And so, staying grateful is really important. One thing I do when I start to kind of go down that road is I imagine myself at rock bottom. Like, when it was super bad, I was around people, but I felt alone. I didn't know where I was going to get my next high. I didn't have any money. I burned up all my resources. I was paranoid that I was going to get caught. I was, or beat up or stolen what I don't have. And, just all kinds of weird things going through your head. And I just remember that, how bad I felt. And what I do is I have a picture that I look at. And I look at that picture, and then I pretend that that's me in that spot. And then where I'm at now, I try and explain to that person that I used to be how bad my life sucks.
Puts it back in perspective pretty quick.
It puts it in, it's there's been times where I almost tear up, like, really?
I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so that's how I kind of, bring that back in. The other thing I do is, like, project gratitude.
Explain that.
Projecting gratitude is where you, somebody opens a door, thank you. Let's say somebody does something at work or whatever that they have to do anyway. It's like their job. But you just say, oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks for bringing that over. Thanks for,
giving that away.
Yeah, giving that away. If you do something for someone and they don't appreciate it, you're probably not going to do that again. So if you're thankful and people know you appreciate it, they're more willing to help you.
Oh, sure.
And if you're sincere with your gratefulness, then you'll help each other.
And that's catchy too.
It is catchy.
Yeah. So projecting the gratitude.
Yes.
I kind of like that. I think for me, how I keep it is, you're right. It does the pink cloud, the grateful, that high, the recovery high that wears off. Eventually, you start comparing yourself to the Joneses next door, and all the things that I like that first day of walking out of prison, man. I keep it at the forefront of my mind, and I remember it. And all I wanted was just to hug my kids, and to if I'm going to spend more time with them, I'm not going to yell at them. Sorry.
How's that working out?
But I'm going to spend more quality time. All the things that I just was grateful for. Just stopping and grabbing some fast food on the way home, man. I was just like,
right.
Anything was better than prison food. So that's a good comparison for me. Is like where I came from that day walking out. And kind of like you were saying, do the comparison of look how far I've came, man. Wow, would he be that guy walking out of prison? Would he be, what would he say? And it puts it in perspective pretty quick. And also my last day use, that I keep that's ingrained. I mean, it's chiseled in my head, and it's not something in a bad way. It is just something that I draw on every now and then. Whenever I go through that ungrateful season that I get in sometimes, where I just and you hit on something really, really big that I find whenever I get in those seasons, it's because I'm looking at what other people have that I don't have. Not happy for what I have. It's not about that at all. It's what do they have that I don't. That the more more. And so I think of the last day of use and where I was. And not only physically, the place I was, but spiritually and mentally, and just that was a place I never ever want to go back to. So I draw on that, and usually it pops me out pretty fast. But a few other things I do, gratitude lists. I call my sponsor, call a friend, or call someone in recovery and be like, hey, this is what I, and I have my pity party a little bit, and the negative Nelly, and then. Always talk to the higher power and gratitude list. And I think once you start that gratitude list, like your brain, it can't mingle negative Nelly and grateful
at the same time.
One has to, like, it's a mindset. It's a total mindset. So you can't be grateful and negative at the same time. They just kind of work. It's which are you going to feed. And so whenever I start doing the grateful list, my gratitude list, that's when I'm like, oh man,
sometimes when you have your pity party and you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth,
like,
oh,
and then what happened next? Yeah. What would me walking out of prison say about that? He'd probably slap me and be like, what are you talking about? And so that's where which are you going to feed? The gratitude or the negative Nelly? Right. So yeah, those are things I do to kind of snap me back out of it, because you're right, it doesn't last forever. But we definitely can, when we're in that bad spot, we can definitely pop ourselves back out instead of having a bad day. We can have a bad moment and pop back out of it. So shout outs. The Our Recovery Life Facebook page, man, you guys have really, really
the Fridays.
Yeah.
The Bring a Friend Friday has been amazing.
Yeah, you guys have and if you guys get a weird message from Tom, That's him, and we just put together a little something to welcome you to the group. So click on that, have a couple laughs. We want to welcome you to the group, and what else? The subscribe. That's a big thing we're trying to get on, guys. So if you could do that,
especially on the YouTube channel.
On the YouTube, if you can subscribe and share, and let's just keep this thing rocking and helping people, because that's really why we're doing this. We want to help people, and you never know who you're going to help, by sharing it or whatnot. And on that note, remember to fight the good fight.
Keep it clean.